All right, let's dive right into this explainer about a silent environmental crisis that's literally erasing our view of the universe. Every single night, cities all over the planet are pouring millions of watts of artificial light straight up into the sky. I mean, just picture that for a second. We're continuously blasting endless streams of photons into the empty void of space. It's energy that serves absolutely no one, illuminates nothing, and is quietly but drastically reshaping our world. So we're going to break down exactly what this glowing ceiling is, what it's costing us, and the surprisingly simple way we can actually fix it. And we're starting off with a pretty staggering number, 1/3. Right now, a full third of humanity cannot see the Milky Way from where they live. Think about that. It's not because our galaxy just packed up and vanished. It's because we've completely drowned it out in our own artificial glow. In our rush to light up the night, we've basically built this massive, thick visual barrier between ourselves and the rest of the cosmos. To put this into perspective, on a truly dark night, completely free from artificial interference, the human eye is naturally built to see anywhere from 2,500 to 4,500 individual stars. It is an overwhelming, breathtaking canvas. But for a kid born in a modern city today, that boundless universe is usually reduced to just a couple dozen faint pinpricks of light. They are completely missing out on the thousands of stars that our ancestors relied upon, told stories about, and navigated by for millennia. So, Section 1, the silent sky crisis, defining the glow. To actually wrap our heads around how to solve this, we gotta realize this isn't simply about having street lamps or keeping our roads safe. Light pollution is specifically the excessive, misdirected, or entirely unnecessary use of artificial light at night. Think about, an empty sports stadium left fully illuminated at 3 in the morning, or a floodlight pointing sideways into a neighborhood instead of pointing down at the sidewalk. It is a systemic issue of misdirected energy, playing out on a massive planetary scale. And this issue isn't just one single uniform blanket of light. It's actually a multi-layered problem driven by 4 main offenders. First up, you've got glare. That's the intense, excessive brightness that makes you squint and actually makes it harder to see, kind of like a harsh security light shining right into your eyes. Then there's sky glow, which is that washed-out, unnatural orange dome of haze you see hovering over a city from miles away. Next is light trespass. This happens when a street lamp or maybe a neighbor's porch light beams directly into a place it really doesn't belong, like completely lighting up your bedroom window when you're just trying to get some sleep. And finally, clutter. This is the confusing, overbright, chaotic grouping of lights, exactly like the sea of signs and streetlights you'd see at a massive highway interchange. Individually, they might just seem like minor annoyances, but combined across billions of fixtures worldwide, they turn into a massive environmental issue. All right, moving on to Section 2, measuring light pollution, a planetary scale. So this artificial night sky brightness isn't static. It is actively expanding. According to global studies, it's growing by roughly 2% every single year. And honestly, in some regions, it's happening even faster than that. Now, 2% might not sound like a lot at first, but it is a huge deal. A compounding growth rate like that means the night sky is drastically altering within a single human lifetime. It's this rapid, creeping erasure of the dark. And this issue is practically universal now. Today, an overwhelming 80% of the world's population lives under an altered, polluted sky. Only a tiny fraction of humanity, just 20% of the global population, still gets to experience true natural darkness when the sun goes down. But wait, let this next stat sink in. For populations in North America and Europe, that number skyrockets to an astonishing 99%. Literally 99%. If you are listening to this explainer from one of those continents, the odds are virtually guaranteed that your sky is artificially brightened, and that you probably haven't seen a truly natural night sky from your home in your entire life. Let's look at what this means on the ground. Section 3, the impact on life, from wildlife to human health. You see, this glowing ceiling isn't just ruining the view for stargazers. It is actively devastating ecosystems that evolved over millions of years to rely on natural darkness. Take sea turtles, for example. For millions of years, hatchlings instinctively evolved to follow the natural glowing reflection of the moon on the ocean to find their way to the water. But today, artificial beachfront lighting completely tricks them. Entire generations of hatchlings end up crawling in the exact wrong direction, heading straight toward roads and parking lots instead. Or migratory birds, who rely on starlight for these ancient navigation routes. They get pulled off course by bright city skylines. This disorientation results in hundreds of millions of fatal collisions with illuminated skyscrapers every single year. And it even goes all the way down to the micro level. Insects like nocturnal moths get drawn endlessly to street lamps instead of doing their actual jobs pollinating flowers. That slowly disrupts the foundation of our entire food chain. And guess what? We humans are definitely not immune to this biological fallout. Our own internal clocks, our circadian rhythms, are fundamentally tethered to the ancient natural rhythm of day and night. Yes, our biology relies heavily on the presence of the sun, but just as importantly, it requires the absolute absence of light. True darkness is a fundamental biological requirement for us. It is not just a lifestyle preference. There's a stark biological difference between these two environments. Natural darkness stimulates our bodies to produce melatonin. That's a crucial hormone that regulates healthy sleep and repairs our cells. But artificial nightlight actively fights that process. You know those super bright blue-rich LEDs that are incredibly common in modern streetlights now? They actually mimic daylight, quite literally tricking our brains into thinking the sun is rising. This suppresses melatonin, leading to increased rates of insomnia and contributing to longer-term chronic health issues. So the exact same street lamp making us feel safe might be quietly sabotaging our physical health. Which brings us to Section 4, wasted energy and money, lighting the clouds. The most frustrating part of all this entire crisis is largely just a simple design flaw. A poorly shielded fixture scatters light sideways and straight up into the atmosphere. We are literally wasting billions of dollars worth of energy every single year globally just to illuminate the bottoms of clouds, the bellies of passing airplanes, and, well, empty space. That scattered light serves absolutely zero practical safety purpose. Compare that to a properly shielded fixture. It directs the light exactly where we actually need it. Downward, onto the streets, sidewalks, and crosswalks. It's just common sense. But here's the good news. Section 5, reclaiming the dark sky, the instant fix. Unlike climate change or deforestation or plastic pollution, which, let's face it, are going to take generations of massive, coordinated, global effort to fix, light pollution has no lingering residue. There's no multi-decade cleanup required to see the stars again. You simply fix the source, turn off or shield a light, and the sky recovers instantly, literally that very same night. It is a wonderfully simple, entirely solvable problem. And the best part is, this solution is already working. We now have international dark sky places. These are entire national parks, towns, and regions that are formally committed to responsible lighting. Take Flagstaff, Arizona, for example. They are the world's first international dark sky city. They've proven that you can implement smart lighting ordinances that completely protect the night sky without compromising public safety one bit. In fact, doing so has driven massive economic growth through astrotourism. People are literally traveling hundreds of miles, booking hotels and restaurants just to experience the sheer awe of seeing what their grandparents used to see right from their own backyards. The fix really just comes down to better design, and it is easily achieved by following 3 straightforward energy-saving steps. Step 1, use warm-toned lighting with full cutoff shielding, so the light only goes down to the ground. Step 2, simply dim public lighting during low-traffic hours when nobody is around anyway. And step 3, install motion sensors, so we are only lighting spaces when it's actively necessary. You see, this isn't about forcing cities to go pitch black or making our streets unsafe. It's simply about exercising a little bit of restraint and being smart about exactly where our light goes. But before we wrap up this explainer, we really have to pause the data, step back from all the charts, and ask ourselves this fundamental, deeply human question. Why does it actually matter if we can see the stars? Well, for nearly all of human history, for roughly 200,000 years, every civilization, every single culture, and every ancestor of every person alive today looked up at the exact same unfiltered field of stars. It was our first shared human experience. It shaped our mythology, it guided our navigation, it built our calendars, and it gave us a profound sense of our place and scale in the universe. By drowning it out, we are rapidly losing a shared cultural heritage that fundamentally connected humanity. The stars haven't gone anywhere at all. They are right where they've always been. We've just built a glowing ceiling between ourselves and them. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Think about the lights around your own home, on your own street, and consider what immense beauty we can so easily reclaim just by flipping a switch. I'll leave you with this. When was the last time you saw a truly dark night sky?